friend, today we are going over the ultimate guide to living in West Austin near Austin Country Club. I'm going to tell you about the community, show you around by way of map, give you some examples of houses and price points that you can expect in that area, show you the amenities to the club, where to shop, and much more. And at the end, I have 2 off-market listings to show you that are on the lake. You don't want to miss those, so stick around and we're going to get started right now. Hi, my name is Nicole Cooper. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving in and around Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because we're always here to help you find that perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Now, why would someone want to live in West Austin? Well, it's pretty, luxury living on the lake, plenty of outdoor activities, great golf communities, and you're not too far from downtown. So let's get started, dive into the map so you can see where everything is in relative scale to downtown, the airport, and shopping. Here we go. Here we are with this great map view. Austin Country Club, about 9 miles from downtown Austin. Pretty easy shot to get there. In addition, you can get to the airport by just going out on 360 and heading over to 71. Here's the airport down here in this corner, so you don't have to go through town to get to the airport. Again, pretty easy commute over there, pretty easy drive. All right, so we're zoomed in a little bit more here on the Austin Country Club area. And this is the area we're going to be talking about today as far as values and what type of living, where to shop, etc. So you have a few communities within the larger community. Think of Austin Country Club as the golf course is gated, but the entire community is not gated. Now there are gated areas near the country club, but it's not one big gated community. So the Davenport Ranch that we see right here, that is where Austin Country Club officially falls into. That's the subdivision name. We also have Westview on Lake Austin, Westlake Highlands. Just across the 360 highway here, we have West Davenport, and we have Rob Roy down here a little bit further to the south. To note, while we're talking about these communities, it is important to note the school boundaries, the EISD ISD boundary. All this in red is EISD ISD. I'm going to go into greater detail about the scores later, but just note where it is. It runs along the river or town lake on the north side, and it comes out a little bit west of town or west of 360. But all of these places in here inside this red map are going to bring a little bit higher value due to the superior excellence of EISD ISD. So keep that in mind as we tour around the area today. So here's the map view of the area that has been chosen to give us data today. These are active properties in green, closed properties in red, and orange are pending. So in this area here, notice I stopped at the lake on both sides to keep it kind of that Austin Country Club area better. But this particular area, average closed point price is about $2,500,000. The homes are about 4,200 square feet on average, pretty large homes, and then that puts it around $580 a square foot. So that's our general lay of the land there as far as the stats go for averages, and I'm going to show you some specific examples so you can see what kind of house to expect. So this first one here is listed just south of Westlake Drive. It is listed for $4,500,000, just over 6,100 square feet. Built in 1993, and that puts it about $733 a foot. So that's above our average. And the things that bring the home values above average is, first of all, your view, your gate, private gate like this right here, and proximity to the main road. So in this area, 360 is that main road out on the left, and I'll show you that again over here. Right here, it's a loud road, so the closer you are to that road, the more or the less expensive it is. You can see these are 1.7, 2.6, 1.3. But when you get tucked over here in the neighborhood where it's super quiet and you have a gated community or a gated home, that's going to pump up that value a lot. So this is a nice style of Austin Country Club you're going to see from the 90s, pretty common. It's got the stucco exterior, kind of the flat ranch style look out to the front, even though it is a two-story. But I want to show you the views that you can expect from this part of town. Check out this view here. Pretty spectacular. Look, overlooking the trees and overlooking the ravine down below. Here's the kitchen. As you can see, you know, it has been updated at some point. It's not current on today's trends. However, it's a very spacious home, good floor plan, and it has these wonderful views out the back. So it's going to hold its value forever. So this one here, it's a little bit closer to 360 and close to the entryway here where there's a lot more traffic. So it's going to be a little bit lower in price. And it's a little bit smaller. However, when you get close to the entry and close to 360, as I've mentioned, the prices go down. So this one's almost 3,000 square feet. It's $1,525,000. It's at about $509 a square foot. And this one back here, you can see there's not much backyard to speak of and no view. So that's how you can get in under $2 million in that part of town. And this one here, down here, close to the water, it has a little bit of access on that kind of slough right there across the street. So this one is listed for $11 million, almost 7,000 square feet, puts it at $1,606 a square foot. So this is the higher end of the luxury living in the Austin Country Club area. Again, you're going to see the stucco design. It's mixed with some limestone rock out there, multiple roof lines. And that's going to kind of tick that value up. You've got ornate finish outs all throughout the house. And you know my favorite wine wall, if you will, there. And then here you can see an expansive backyard. Most of the yards in this area are going to be kind of around an acre. And most of them are going to have a pool and outdoor kind of cooking kitchen facilities. Again, private gated entry to the house, bringing the value up as well. Okay, let's talk shopping. Where do you go to get all of your clothes and boutiques and makeup and things like that? We have two options, and this is where Austin Country Club is, right here where the blue dot is. You're kind of in the middle between two main shopping malls, so that is pretty cool. You can get to either one quite easily. The one on the north side is called the Domain, and the one down on the south side is called Barton Creek Square. The Domain is much newer than Barton Creek Square. It's also much more considered a luxury mall. And the shopping in the Domain actually is outdoor. It's an outdoor type setup. They're not connected indoor like you will find on Barton Creek Mall that we'll go to next. They do have the big department stores like all the rest of the malls do. But it also has a lot of mixed-use living in the Domain, so you're going to have condos, apartments, retail space, and businesses all wrapped up into one area. You also have a Whole Foods, you have theaters, so anything you want to get done or purchase, you can get done at the Domain. The Domain also has a lot of outdoor seating areas where you can kind of have a picnic, you can grab some food from one of the restaurants, and take it out to eat. There's trails all throughout to walk around. There's a volleyball court. So this particular part here is called Rock Road. And you can see the dogwood here. There's Lavaca Street Bar, but there's a concentration of bars and restaurants in this area, so you can get on foot and do a lot of things all at once. Now, if we go to the other end of the spectrum, down on the south side, the Barton Creek Square Mall, it's an indoor mall. So if you wanted to, say, walk some laps in the winter when it's cold, or even in August when it's super hot, you can do that inside this mall. They have the department stores as well. You can see it's a two-story mall. They have the boutique shops. They have restaurants inside. There's a theater nearby. So you're going to get a very nice shopping experience, but it doesn't have as many of the high-end shops as the Domain does, and it's indoors. So overall, it's quite a bit smaller than the Domain. As for shopping for groceries, you're not too far from H-E-B. You just head out on 360 right here down to 2244. That's this crossroad right here. And you're going to have grocery shopping, restaurants, and regular shopping here. And then on the north side of the road here, you're going to have Westlake Hospital. So you're going to have a lot of doctors' offices in that area. So I've zoomed in onto the area we were just talking about, and here is the H-E-B grocery store, and that's our main grocery store here in Texas. H-E-B is our grocery store, our main grocery store, I should say, and they're typically found on very large, think of Target, Mary's a grocery store. They have all things that you're going to need from fruit to meat to toilet paper and all the likes, and the H-E-B is not very far from the Austin Country Club area. In addition, in this area, you're going to have your restaurants. You've got Hat Creek Burger over here. You've got one of my favorite restaurants, the Grove Wine Bar. They have wonderful food and even better wine. I just have to show you a beautiful picture of my favorite salad there. And outside, they have this beautiful oak tree to sit under. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. It's shade for days over the entire patio area. You got to check out the Grove if you're in that area. And while we're here in this area, we also have barbecue. No Texas video is complete without some barbecue. The county line, they have a great view out back, but here I just want to make you hungry real quick. Look at all that meat. Here's their view at sunset. You can't beat it. You got to try the county line. All right, I told you we'd talk scores on the schools. We were just down here at the grocery store. Now we're very close to home base up here. I have it mapped from the Austin Country Club specifically to the elementary school that this area feeds into. And here are the grades. Bridgepoint Elementary School comes in at a strong A, 92 out of 100. They have an enrollment about 583 students and puts it just under 13 students a teacher. Now the middle school is just a little bit farther away, about 7 miles. It's Hill Country Middle School, and that one is also an A. They get 97 out of 100. So you can kind of get the feel of why people want to live in Eanes ISD. All of these schools feed into Eanes in the area, and they by and large get A's and A pluses. So most people that have children really try to get into the Eanes ISD, and they don't mind paying that extra for the home when they know their kids are in such a great school. So total enrollment here in the middle school, 1,010, puts it just under 15 students a teacher. And here's the distance to the high school. The high school is very near the middle school, about 6 miles away. And check out this high school rating, 98 out of 100. This is why people grab, claw, scratch, and try to get into Eanes ISD at all costs. Just over 2,800 students, puts it just over 14 students per teacher. All right, let's talk golf, the amenities for the Austin Country Club. We're flying in here right now. This is the pro shop down here. This is the driving range. You can see the fence they have up here so it doesn't go out onto the golf course. But it's an absolutely impeccable golf club, as you might imagine. It was established, Austin Country Club was established in 1899. It hasn't always been in this location. It's been in a few other locations, but this is where it is now, on the lake. Beautiful background. You have the front 9 that's down on the water holes, and the back 9 is up more in the cliffs and the ravines on the green side of things. You can see how Highway 360 runs along the outskirts of it, but also I want you to notice how few homes are on the golf course, especially the part that's down by the water. There is no room for homes. So when a home comes up for sale that's actually on the golf course, it is a serious valuable asset because supply and demand, right? Since none come up that often, since homes on the golf course don't come up that often, when they do, everybody wants to pounce on it. All right, so we're zoomed in here right on top of the clubhouse. This is the clubhouse here. We've got the swimming pool over here and the tennis courts over there. Now they do have access to the water down below. But right now everything is centered right here in the middle. The Friday evening or any evening, you can sit out back of the country club, the pro shop, and have just the most wonderful little happy hour out there, or dinner or snacks. I'll just show you some pictures here. This was when the Dell match play was actually being played. As you can see, the tents and things set up. But that Pennybacker Bridge there is what is famous in Austin. It's the iconic bridge. We have it in so many of our advertisements and things because it's just gorgeous. And you have this cliff on one side and the golf course down below. So when there's actually places where you can park your car and go up there and walk and take pictures. It's just gorgeous. And here's another view during the golf tournament as well. So speaking of the dining areas, they have a few to choose from. This is the actual dining room, a little bit more on the fancy side, or where you might go after you finish your golf tournament. And then they have the patio out back that I was already mentioning. You can go out there and eat some popcorn and have some cocktails and watch the golfers go around the golf course. Check out some of the live footage I've gotten for you on the golf course. Here's the view up towards the patio right there. We're panning around towards the practice green. In the distance in the background there, you can see the practice green right over here. And right down over here is how you get to number 1. And this rock formation here is the tips for the tee box for hole number 10. And that you're all close to if you're sitting out on that back patio. Here's hole 14, and just about some membership information. At the moment, membership is around $100,000, and there is a long waiting list. You do have to have letters of recommendation from current members. You have to kind of just wait in line until it's your turn. But if you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to be part of the country club, get on the list sooner than later. Like, do it now. All right, now let's talk about where you're going to eat nearby. So here is the Austin Country Club. We've zoomed out a little bit. We've got the river to the north and Highway 360 here. Well, you don't even have to leave the neighborhood to get some great food. This little strip mall center over here has restaurants and boutiques for you. So here we are from the bird's eye view. We have Maudie's Milagro over here. We have Jade. We have coffee shops. We have title companies. So this should give you your bearings. You've got this little strip mall here. You can see a bit of the golf course here, the country club, pro shop and tennis courts up here, and then you have the lake on this top side, the north side, and this highway here is 360. So Maudie's Milagro, think Tex-Mex, margaritas, chips and salsa, there you go. Or if you're not in the mood for Tex-Mex, how about Jade's Restaurant? Get some Asian flair here. How about that beautiful sushi boat right there? Man, that's making me hungry for sure. And if you want to go just a little bit farther than in the neighborhood, you can hop across the road here to get over to Jack Allen's. Jack Allen's is another one of my favorite restaurants. They have great happy hours, really good food, and cocktails as well. So here's a version of their chips and salsa, quite a bit different than the Maudie's version, but still very good nonetheless. So there's the entry you can see there. They're really well known for like their appetizers. They have like red French fries, and they're also known for their southern cooking. Look at that chicken fried steak right there. So even though you're located out here on the edge of town, there are plenty of restaurants, shoppings, and boutiques and easy things to get to from the neighborhood. You don't have to go all the way into downtown, but if you do, remember, it's only 9 miles. All right, I promised you some off-market properties, and here they are. Okay, our first off-market property here. It's listed with Sotheby's Realty with Kumara Wilcoxon. We've got 3848 square feet, just under 4/10 of an acre, but it is on the water. So you can get your bearings here. There's the Pennybacker Bridge, and there's the Austin Country Club golf course there just below the trees. So that is going to be the main thing that drives the value, is having that lake access. This particular property has a few cabins on it. It's not one big house, but it also has a boat dock or access to a boat slip, so you can park your boat there while you're away or when you're using it. So this multi-unit property here is listed for $9,750,000, and it is available for sale. It's not listed in the public MLS system. This is a private listing. The owners would gladly sell it, but you're not going to find it on Zillow or Redfin or in the MLS. So if this is something you want to see, let me know and we'll get right in there. Our second off-market property is also right around $9 million. This one is listed with Moreland, with Eric Moreland. It is just over an acre. So this right here is what you're paying for. river frontage, lake frontage. It's got its own boat slip there with a patio above, its own dock. You can wade right in. This is a constant level lake for both of these properties, unlike Lake Travis. Once you get to the lake in town, Lake Austin, constant level water. So those are the two off-market properties. Again, they are for sale. You can buy them now. You just won't see them in the public database systems. So hit us up, hit me up, and I'll get you in there to see it as soon as possible. Thanks for sticking with me today learning about West Austin and Austin Country Club. If you want to know more about any of the community, comment below, ask questions. I answer them all myself, and I would love to hear from you. Hey, why don't you subscribe too? I would love that. So if you want to know more about a property, if you want to see one in person, maybe you want to get in one of those off-market properties, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, because I'm always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, I hope to see you around town.